Have you ever sat alone in a quiet place and felt your mind filling up with questions that won't go away? Questions like, why am I here? What is the meaning of life? Why do people act the way they do? Or is there more to life than just working, eating, sleeping, and repeating the same things every day? If you've ever thought like this, then you are not alone. Many people go through life never asking these questions. They follow the routine. They go to work or school, scroll on their phones, talk about the news or gossip, and never stop to think deeper. But some people are different. Some people feel like there is something more, something missing, something they can't explain with words. These people are called deep thinkers. Their minds don't sleep through life. Their eyes are open to what others cannot see. They feel more, think more, and question everything. But being a deep thinker is not always easy. In fact, it can feel very lonely. When you start to wake up your mind, you may feel like you're walking through life in a completely different way than everyone else. You might be in a crowd but feel alone. You might be at a party but feel empty. You might smile and laugh, but deep inside you feel like no one really understands you. And that's okay. Feeling different is not a mistake. It's a sign that your mind is awake. When you begin to think deeply, you start to see behind the surface of things. You begin to notice when people are fake. You feel the sadness behind someone's smile. You sense when a room feels heavy, even if no one says a word. You become more sensitive, more aware, more in tune with life. And because of that, you feel more pain. You start to wonder why people don't talk about real things. Why do they avoid deep conversations? Why are people scared of silence? Why do they chase things that don't really matter in the end? Money, fame, status, likes, followers, do these things really bring happiness? Or are they just distractions from the truth? These thoughts can make you feel like an outsider. You might try to talk to someone about your thoughts and they just shrug, or change the subject. They might say you're overthinking or being too serious. But deep thinking is not a problem. It's a gift. It's a sign that your heart is alive, that your soul is searching for something more. And while it can feel lonely, you are not alone. Many others around the world feel the same, even if they stay silent. One of the hardest things about having an awakened mind is feeling like you have to hide it. You might pretend to enjoy small talk when all you want is to talk about life, the universe, love, death, truth, and meaning. You might laugh at jokes that don't feel funny. You might sit in a room full of people but feel like no one sees the real you. This is the silent pain of deep thinkers. They live in a loud world that doesn't always value quiet thoughts. But in that silence, there is beauty. In the quiet moments when no one is watching, you begin to hear something greater. You begin to hear your own voice. You begin to connect with your true self. And when that happens, something powerful begins to grow. You begin to find peace in being alone. Not lonely, but alone in a good way. Alone with your thoughts. Alone with the truth. You realize that you don't need to be understood by everyone. You just need to understand yourself. And in that self-understanding, you start to feel free. Free from needing to fit in. Free from chasing what others chase. Free from pretending. You begin to value your time more. You begin to protect your energy. You begin to seek out realness instead of noise. You begin to care more about what is true than what is popular. And slowly, the pain of being different turns into the peace of being yourself. But this journey is not easy. Sometimes, you will question everything. You will doubt yourself. You will feel tired of being the one who sees more, feels more, and thinks more. You will wonder if life would be easier if you could just turn off your thoughts. But you can't, and deep down, you wouldn't want to. Because once your mind wakes up, it can't go back to sleep. Once you taste truth, you can't pretend lies taste sweet. Once you see beauty in small things, a leaf falling, a child laughing, a stranger's kind smile, you begin to feel grateful just to be alive. And that feeling is worth all the loneliness, because now, even in your quiet moments, you are full of wonder, full of questions, full of life. You begin to see that the world is not just black and white. It's full of colors, layers, stories, and mysteries. You begin to love learning, not just from books, but from people, mature experiences, pain and joy. You begin to understand that every person is fighting a battle, carrying a story, holding a dream, and your heart becomes softer, your mind becomes stronger, your soul becomes deeper. The more you awaken, the more you grow. You learn to forgive yourself for not being like others. You learn to forgive others for not understanding you. You stop expecting people to save you or fix you. Instead, you learn to sit with yourself, to hold your own hand, to be your own friend, and slowly, you become whole. Awakening the mind is not a one-time thing. It's a journey, a long, slow, quiet journey. Sometimes you move forward, sometimes you fall back, sometimes you feel lost, sometimes you feel found. But every step teaches you something. Every moment adds to your story. And the more you embrace your deep thoughts, the less you fear them. You begin to see that being a deep thinker is not a curse. It's a calling, a chance to live a life of depth, truth, and meaning. So, if you feel different, don't hide it. If you feel deeply, don't shrink. If you think too much, don't apologize. The world needs more minds that question, more hearts that care, more souls that see. You are not too much. You are exactly enough. You are not broken. You are awakening. You are not lost. You are searching, and that search is sacred. Let the world keep running in circles. Let them chase what they think matters. You walk slowly, breathe deeply, think freely, feel fully, be gentle with yourself. The path of a deep thinker is not easy, but it is beautiful. It is brave. It is real. And in a world that often feels fake, that kind of truth is rare. So walk your path with pride, even if it's lonely sometimes, even if others don't understand. Keep thinking, keep feeling, keep growing, because the world needs minds like yours, minds that are awake.